Holliston is full of interesting people. Today we're going to interview Pietro Rossini. He is a brother at the Severian Shrine here in Holliston, and we're going to talk about his very interesting life. Good morning, Pietro.
Good morning, Chryso. Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. Let's start at the beginning.
Yes.
Now, you're obviously from Italy.
Yeah.
How did you get here to Holliston?
Sure. Well, I arrived here 3 years ago. I arrived here in 2020, and I came here to study basically English first, and then a master in journalism. Yeah, that's the reason why I came here to the States.
Now, before, in Italy, though, you had studied philosophy and religion. How did you decide to take your vocation? How did that happen?
Interesting question. How much time do we have? 2 hours, 3 hours? Well, my vocation, let me say this. Everything started when I was a teenager. So I had around 14, 15, I was 14 years old. And yeah, I was helping my uncle in the parish with the Sunday school. And that was for me very fulfilling. I felt like I was sharing something important to others. And I felt like I could do this for life. But I said, how to do this for life, you know? You need to have a job. And then I looked at my priest. I said, oh, that's the way I can share my faith to others. So I talked to him, and he brought me to visit the seminary there in Salerno. And I didn't like it.
Well, yeah.
I was shocked. I didn't like the style, the formal style of the seminarian. I didn't like the fancy stuff in the building and all this stuff. It was just not who I was. I didn't feel like myself in that place. So I left this idea to become a priest at all. Until I met the Severian missionaries.
So they came to your town, or they?
Yeah, they came to my parish. It was for a summer camp.
Sure. Oh.
And I didn't know they were missionaries. I didn't know they were priests. There was a guy in his 30s. There was a young guy in his 20s. There was a woman in her 30s as well. And they were having activities with us. It was very nice. At the end of the summer camp, I realized they were a priest, a nun, and a seminarian.
Yeah.
I said, oh, this is completely different from the experience I had.
Yes.
So I was very intrigued. And so I went to talk to the father. And I said, you know, I thought to become a priest, but I didn't like that. I like your style. And since then, we started talking. For the whole time of my high school, basically. I
see. So they kind of mentored you through your high school years.
Exactly. And I found that their dream was making of the world a single family. It was just, you know, something that brought me passion. I said, this is what I want to do. This is who I am. And so after high school, I just joined them.
Fantastic. Yeah, they must be so excited to have you. And what does we think about missionaries as sort of something that happened a long time ago. What does being a missionary mean today?
It's a great question. I think we are still thinking about it as missionaries, as a church, actually. Because in the past, mission was really very much related to colonization.
Yes, colonization and conversion.
Conversion.
Yes.
You go there because you have something that the other person doesn't have. And because they don't have this, they won't be saved, or et cetera, et cetera. Now mission is very different. I think the paradigm on mission is dialogue now. So we go to the missions and basically we share lives with the people of every faith that we find there. We befriend them. we share food, traditions, and in dialogue, we try to build a better world together. So mission is more about relationship now, and the goal is not conversion or the other one. It's really to get together to try to understand better this world around us.
That's a very beautiful purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see why you're attracted to that. I think many people can relate to that. So you are, now this has led you to do some studies here in the United States. What is life like as a graduate student of journalism at BU?
Yes, amazing. I would never expect this experience. It was one of the best I ever lived. Basically, studying a master in journalism was not my idea, first of all.
Okay.
It was my community, the Saverian missionaries, who assigned me to this task. And, but I really always enjoyed the communication in general. And so I said yes right away. And when I came here, when I went to BU, it was for me like very revealing, because I met people from all over the world. I'm the only Catholic in my group.
Wow.
We are 40 people,
Yep.
and I'm the only one who is Catholic. And also for our missionary life, this is great, because it put me in touch with the secular world, with people from different traditions, and they make me understand that if we want to share the faith that we believe in, we need to be in dialogue with the world. We can't say, oh, the world is bad, we are this, and we need to live in the world.
Yeah, you can't just be in your own silo or your own bubble.
Exactly.
So you have you had a very diverse class of people in your journalism class.
Yes.
That's exciting. What was your favorite thing to do, or favorite experience in your class?
So what I loved is that the whole program was very like, we were journalists since the day one. So we were going out, covering stories, interviewing people on different media, like audio or a written piece or a video, or for television, for radio, for very different medium. And so this was very professionally very a powerful experience for me. Also because I never worked in this field. And
I think you're a natural.
I loved it. I just loved it.
Yeah.
And I learned really a lot to listen.
Yes.
More than to talk, more than to express. Really a lot to listen to people's stories. And try to tell them with respect. And because then when you listen to someone's story, you feel like you hold the treasure in your hands, and you want to tell this story the much respectful way possible, you know. You wanna tell the story in a way that this person can really express herself, and that was powerful for me. Yeah, it was a great experience.
So, what do your professors or your peers think about how you're going to use your journalism?
It's a good. So all my friends, BU, they know about my identity, no?
Yeah.
My hybrid identity as priest, missionary, and journalist. But not all my professors knew that. So at the day of my graduation, I had a presentation of my final project, and I came out.
Oh boy, that must have killed them.
That
wow.
was so interesting.
Yes.
Because at the end of the presentation, one of my professors said, "Oh, why you never told this?" I said, "Well, professor, you remember when this friend was talking about a story to cover about a priest, and she didn't know who to pick, and everybody in the classroom was looking at me, and that's why."
Oh my gosh.
So that was fun, and I always felt like very much respected, and even though I don't know if you know, but BU is very secular place.
Yes.
And so, for example, in one of the classes, we had the editor of the Boston Globe, the one who was editor of the Boston Globe at the time of the Spotlight case, the case of the abuse
Yes.
in the Catholic Church. And of course, you can put yourself in my shoes and think about everybody there knew that I was a priest, and we were talking about the abuse in the church. It was not a pleasant experience, if you think about that. But it gave me the opportunity also to talk about this with my friends later on, and also to understand that I can be in the institution as a part of the Catholic Church, working as a journalist, as a priest, as a missionary, and also shed a light and truth on cases like this.
Yes.
And this can be also a change that breaks like the silence.
That is a great way to think of it, breaking the silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So practically, how are you going to use your journalism with the Severian media team?
Yes.
Tell me how you're going to...
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited because now we are 4 in this team from all over the world, and we are going to be based somewhere. We need to choose. See, we will have a meeting this month, and then we are going to be traveling around the world in our 25 missions that we have. And basically, we are going to produce documentaries, podcasts, articles, working as freelance journalists for publications, and try to pitch stories that are in our areas where we work, both about our missionaries, but also, reporting situation of injustice that are there, and so try to be a voice for the voiceless. Try to be. Try to make people know that mission is different now.
Yeah.
And also my goal is not to publish this on our publications, so preaching to the choir.
Exactly.
We wanted to publish that on secular press. So, and of course you need to use a language and choose topics that can appeal also a secular audience.
Yeah, that's a big order. You're going to need, there are contacts in some of the, you're going to pitch the stories to places like the New York Times, maybe. I mean, I'm just going it to the
that
top
would be
here.
the best, right?
Yeah, I know. But there are a lot of other, media is so broad today.
Yes.
I mean, you will be able to do a podcast channel, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Or YouTube, or is that part of what you think you might be doing?
Yeah, also social media, of course. Today, if you don't engage in social media, it's not just the mainstream. Actually, sometimes social media now is the mainstream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So of course, becoming also a kind of missionary influencer.
An influencer.
Yeah,
okay.
that would be great.
Yes.
That would be great.
Pietro, the mission influencer.
No, Pietro, but the team.
The team, right. Oh, that's so exciting. Wow. You have another event coming up very soon.
Yes.
You're going to be ordained.
Yes.
Tell me about it. How does that feel?
Wow. I mean, it's been 12 years since I joined the Severians.
Okay.
So it's been a long journey,
Yeah.
long training, lots of experience, lots of people met. Motivations have changed along the time, and the passion is just growing and growing for this. I have very mixed feelings. I don't know how to feel. In a couple of days I'll be ordained.
Yes.
I'm going to be preaching, and actually it's something that I want to do since I was a teenager, as I told you before, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I want to do that.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting because the ordination is going to happen right here in Holliston.
Yes.
At St. Mary's Church, which doesn't usually happen. I guess this is very unique to have an ordination happen here.
I think it's the first time Father Mark told me.
Yeah. So we're very happy to host that. It's going to be an exciting time, and hopefully you'll be preaching at our parish too.
Yeah.
That would be exciting.
it's going to be, I don't know if I can tell our viewers, on
Sure.
Saturday,
Yeah.
January the 7th at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So in St. Mary's Church in Holliston.
Yep. And what comes next after the ordination? What is your plans?
So basically, my visa to stay here in the U.S. expired. And the only way to renew this visa is to find a job in journalism here.
Okay.
And one of my professors will hire me as a TA. So I'm going to be working as a TA until the summer. And then after the commencement, I'll go back home. And there I will be ordained as a priest in Salerno, in my town.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. That'll be a great celebration then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be also the first time that I go back after more than 3 years will be.
Okay.
So it's going to be also a nice time for rest a bit. And then I'm going to be starting working on this project.
You'll be traveling the world then?
Yes.
What are some of the countries you're going to be visiting that you have missions in?
Oh yeah, we are in 4 continents. Only in Oceania we are not, but all the others. So we are in China, we are in Taiwan, Indonesia, Bangladesh, we are in Japan, we are in Congo, we are in Burundi, Cameroon, Mozambique, in Morocco. We are in Latin America like Colombia, Brazil.
Yeah. Wow, that's going to be an exciting story to tell. Gosh. So finally, do you have a favorite place in Holliston?
Oh yeah, I love downtown. I don't know, it's so unique.
Yeah.
And very nice. I love that. And also the trail.
The rail trail.
The rail trail.
Yeah, you can find it from the shrine.
Yeah, because I go running there almost every day.
Yep.
I love it. It's very nice.
Yeah. How will you remember Holliston?
Oh my gosh, I love here the sense of community that is here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because we, as missionaries, we work with the community, but I feel like a great relationship also with the other churches around and temples. Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's a small community, so you can actually know each other, but yeah, it feels like a community. So I'm gonna remember Holliston as a nice community. So yeah.
Thank you. Well,
yeah.
I think you will make a difference wherever you go. Thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chryso, for this.
For Heartbeat of Holliston, this is Chryso Lawless.